In the past several years, NASCAR has undergone considerable change. The introduction of the next-gen car was unquestionably the biggest shift in the sport. Throw in more than a few track additions like Circuit of the Americas, the Clash at the Coliseum, and this past weekend at North Wilkesboro, and you have a notably different look and feel when it comes to the sport. That look and feel is broadcast to millions of fans each weekend throughout the season on one of two broadcast networks at Fox and NBC. The next television contract goes into effect in 2025, and the networks and NASCAR are negotiating what that looks like. According to a new report, it will look dramatically different for one series, and it's not what a lot of fans want to hear or see. The next-gen car had been talked about for years. It finally debuted in 2022 and did so in spectacular fashion on a historic stage at the LA Memorial Coliseum in the exhibition Clash. That entertaining race set the tone for the rest of the season. Fans tuned in each week to see how the new car would perform at the various track styles, including ovals, road courses, and on the dirt, and they did so in impressive numbers. The 2022 Cup Series season averaged 3.03 million viewers across Fox, FS1, NBC, and USA Network, up 2% from 2021 and 3 million viewers per race. The year-over-year increase grew to 4% with the inclusion of the exhibition Clash. That was then, this is now. Unfortunately, the novelty of the new car appeared to have worn off to start the 2023 season. Through the first 8 races of the 2023 campaign, including the Clash, the numbers were dramatically different. The first red flag went up at the season-opening exhibition race in California, with numbers down 14.8% compared to 2022. Interestingly, the 2 subsequent races at Daytona and Fontana showed lesser declines at 7.7% and 5.6% respectively. Unfortunately for NASCAR officials, those 2 smaller drops in viewership turned out to be the exceptions rather than the rule. After Auto Club Speedway, viewer numbers surprisingly decreased by double digits in every race. Las Vegas was down 12.2%, Phoenix was down 15.1%, Atlanta down 14.5%, Coda saw a decrease of 16.1%, and Richmond saw a decrease of 41.8% or 11.9%. The Richmond race requires some explanation. This year's spring race at Richmond aired on FS1. Last year it aired on Fox. However, comparing it to last year's first Sunday Cup race aired on FS1, it was still down 11.9%. There were those naysayers who suggested the sport was doomed, and the falling ratings revealed as much. That vocal group has been quiet on the subject for the last 5 weeks because those numbers have flipped and increased each week over the previous year. That boost in viewership numbers aligns nicely with Chase Elliott's return from his snowboarding injury. This week, however, a report revealed that those ratings numbers could look dramatically different in 2025, and it won't necessarily be due to a drop in ratings, but because of a shift in how the NASCAR product is consumed. Adam Stern of the Sports Business Journal indicated that a couple of streaming companies had expressed an interest in exclusively carrying the Xfinity Series. In addition, NASCAR is reportedly also considering including a mid-season package of Cup races similar to what TNT did until the 2014 season. Unsurprisingly, Amazon is reportedly the strongest candidate for the streaming packages. While there will undoubtedly be those opposed to the move for various reasons, including limited availability to high-speed internet services, which is shockingly around 42 million Americans, one Xfinity Series team owner favors the deal. Tommy Joe Martins, who has been part of the sport as a small family team since 2009 and increased to a 3-car Xfinity operation this year, said he's excited about the possibilities of what the new television contract would bring, especially from a financial standpoint, with reports that NASCAR will see a significant increase over the average annual value of its current deal, which is $820 million per year. Increases in prize money changes how all of us do business, especially lower level and smaller teams, Martin said, meaning all series would be less dependent on the sponsorship model. To what extent isn't quite clear. However, he also acknowledged there might be a short-term dip in viewer ratings, at least for the Xfinity series, but understands it's a long-term gain, eventually exposing the sport to a larger audience as Amazon wants the streaming rights as a way to boost Prime subscriptions to the NASCAR fan base. It's just another sign of the times. New car, new tracks, new television deal. NASCAR is changing. Fans can accept it and go along for the ride, or unfortunately, be left behind.